And welcome in again to Hot Takes Season 2. I'm your host, Carson, as always, joined by Elijah Stacks to my left. And very special guest with us today.
The return guest.
The returning guest, Tyler Wolff.
Hello, everyone. It's good to be back.
Wow.
Friend of the show, texted us. He was in town. We set up an impromptu episode just for him. Wow. Tyler, how you been?
I've been very well, other than the losing of my voice in this gnarly paper cut. Other than that, life's pretty good, though, and I'm ready to talk about some sports.
You're rocking the sweet jasmine Chinese cuisine and sushi sweatshirt.
I'm the 8-year veteran.
Well,
Thanks for your service.
Sports never panned out for me, so I had to get a job.
The intramural league with John Sloan didn't work out.
Didn't work out, man.
Oof.
Sad.
So we are recording this since Tyler came to town on a Saturday. So when this is posted, the games on Sunday will have already been played, Elijah.
Yes.
But
that's how time works.
We're going to give our top 10, bottom 5 again. But just keep in mind that this is as of Saturday before the games are played.
Yep.
Elijah, do you want to kick us off with your bottom 5?
I didn't make a list for this impromptu show, but I think it's mostly the same as last time we did the show. I probably put the Redskins in there now just because their
Redskins
season,
definitely have to join that.
Their season has gone very, very poorly so far. And so I'd probably replace the Giants with the Redskins.
Wow. So I did make a list. You were taking a test, so I made a list. My last team in the league is up for grabs. Big competition this week as we have the Tank Bowl between Miami and Washington.
This is prime time television, people.
Yes.
Tune in.
The loser of this game will receive the Hot Takes Worst Team in the League award.
Really?
And congrats to everyone involved. Tyler, your thoughts?
So you think if the Redskins lose to the Dolphins, that the Redskins are the worst team in the league?
Yes, they have to be.
Okay, that's pretty fair. Considering everyone knows that the Dolphins are selling their best players.
So, Minka Fitzpatrick on the Steelers.
I think that's a fair assessment. Bengals are pretty bad, though, but, I mean, if we lose to the Dolphins, then, yeah, we're the worst team in the league for sure.
So I have loser of the Redskins, Dolphins, and then I got the Cincinnati Bengals because they're brutal, terrible.
Yep.
Then I'm going to have the winner of the Redskins, Dolphins. So not much going up for the winner.
So the
Dolphins
Dolphins
of that game.
will jump 2 spots if they pull out a victory.
Yes, because the Bengals will probably lose this week too, so they'll have one win on them.
Who are they playing?
The Ravens, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's a L.
Then 29, I have the Jets, but once the Jets get Darnold back, I do not think they're a bottom 5 team. Yes.
He's coming back this week. Wow.
So we'll see how that goes. And then 28, I have the Cardinals just because I don't think they're brutal, but their offense is bad.
See, in the last show you guys had, I watched on my drive down here, you both are not Kyler Murray fans.
Nope.
Do you remember the last show I was on? I said if Mahomes was gone, I would take Kyler Murray in fantasy.
And I took Kyler Murray in fantasy.
Okay, you know what rank he is? Fantasy quarterback rank he is?
He's one of the only 3 people who've scored at least 17 in every game.
Yes, in standard PPR, he's the 8th best fantasy quarterback.
Wow.
I told you I would take Kyler Murray. He's great for fantasy.
And, am I hypocritical because he is my fantasy team quarterback? Maybe.
A little bit. I mean, come on.
He's too short.
I mean, come on, dude. He's really not that
I took
short.
Russell Wilson in the 10th round.
That was a good pickup,
number one
yes.
ranked quarterback right now. Thank you, Russell.
So, Elijah, do you have any fight back on any of those bottom 5 teams?
No, I think those are all pretty much the worst teams. Yep.
All right, so I'm going to get into the top 10 now. I think you're going to fight me on this. My top 10 does not feature the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm not mad about it.
Okay. At 10, I got the Colts, just because I'm rewarding them for beating the Chiefs.
Sure.
Good job.
Sure.
If they had Andrew Luck, this team would probably be a top 5 team.
Sure.
They set this team up, and Andrew Luck kind of cucked them at the last second.
Yep.
But 9, I got the Panthers, because they've won 3 straight without Cam Newton. 3 straight without, I think it might be 4 straight without Cam Newton. What do you want from them? What more do you want from them, Tyler?
I don't know. Cam's coming back, so they're going to be a bottom 5 here pretty soon.
They need to bench Cam.
Cam Newton might be the worst quarterback in the league.
I agree. I've been saying that for years now.
He's a hindrance to that team.
Yes.
Very bad.
Hindrance, big word.
Whoa,
Thank you.
vocabulary.
Biggest word used
College
on Hot
grad
Takes,
over here.
probably.
So far, yeah.
So at 8, I have the Rams. I think that they've just been playing bad, but I think they have virtually no run game because Todd Gurley has arthritis. And Aqib Talib and Marcus Peters are the worst big-name cornerbacks in the league.
Yeah, they've been getting torched. Absolutely.
At 7, 49ers, undefeated. Good for them. I guess their defense is pretty good, and they have like 8 running backs they use, so good for them. Chiefs at 6. I still think they'll be in the AFC Championship game, but their defense is bad.
Yes, I agree.
And like it showed last game, if Mahomes doesn't throw 4 TDs a game, no points coming from anywhere else. So,
sure.
Oof. 5, Eagles. I think they've won 3 in a row now. they're getting their weapons back. The two they lost, they didn't have Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson. Rich.
I don't know. I don't think they're a top 5 team yet.
They might be in the NFC Championship.
Not above the Chiefs. I'm sorry.
Oof.
Chiefs offense is too good.
Once he gets that ankle healthy, I have the Chiefs not in the top 2 teams, which you guys had the Chiefs in your top 2s last.
Yeah, that was last week. But then defense has been not.
This is like a week by week basis.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll see. Go ahead.
Okay. 4 Seahawks. Russell Wilson's probably the MVP of the league.
Yes.
Probably will win.
On my team.
3 Packers. Only lost of the season to the Eagles.
I think if you're going to criticize a defense, Packers should be criticized. We can talk about it later, though.
Okay.
If you want to.
Go ahead.
All I'm saying is they gave up 600 yards to the Cowboys.
They also beat the Cowboys.
I understand that, but I'm saying if you really think this team's going to go to the NFC Championship game, giving up that many yards a game, forget it.
Ever heard of the term bend, don't break?
Oh, I love that term. But, still, if you give up that many yards to a team, for instance, let's say you're playing the Seahawks, they're probably going to capitalize on that, if you're letting them drive down the field like that. So, I don't really see them being that great of a team.
Do you think that the Cowboys can get to the NFC Championship game?
Not right now.
I feel like yardage isn't that important. It's more point what you do with the yardage. Kirk Cousins stuffs the stat sheet with yardage and touchdowns, and Russell Wilson just doesn't. He doesn't throw for a lot of yards each game, but he capitalizes. He makes the throws that count.
I don't know.
So,
I'm not going to buy into this Packers team that's giving up that many yards a game. And it's not just against the Cowboys. I don't know the stats of the other games they played, but they had been giving up a lot of rushing yards to running backs and stuff like that, 150 a game. So, you've got to.
I think you're just bitter about the loss.
I am bitter about it, but also I'm being a critical evaluator of the team, and I'm saying they've been getting all this hype for being a great defense, but they haven't really performed that way. So
I think their defense is great. You should see their numbers.
I
think so too. Y'all just put up a bunch of points on them. All their other games, they haven't been letting up a ton of points.
Cowboys have a good offense. It's going to be a high scoring game, anyways.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that good. The defense isn't, but that's just me. So
Cowboys. Homer
go Cowboys
over here. Go Cowboys.
I am a homer, but I'm just okay. In a loss, you're giving that many yards, which that's more of a symptom of the
I'll
Cowboys.
give up 600 yards every week if I win every week.
Okay, yeah, but if the Cowboys don't throw interceptions that are stupid, then it's a different game for sure. So it's really more about the Cowboys beating themselves, I would contend, than the Packers really being that dominant of a team.
Wow,
And that's just the facts.
Okay,
Sorry about it.
And then my top 2 are the Saints. They are undefeated with Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback. They're getting Drew Brees back. They are very good.
Yes.
And probably see them in the NFC Championship game as well.
Looking at your list, I agree with most of it, but 49ers at 7, I think is.
Well, they're undefeated. I have to put them somewhere. They have to be in the top 10.
I feel like they need to be better than 7. I have them in my top 4.
Well, who have they played that's really good? They played
the Browns.
The Browns, who suck. Pittsburgh without Big Ben.
The
Bengals, and the Bucks,
who were struggling week 1.
But their defense is very good.
What they did to the Browns, it was a very respectable defense. How they just said, we're going to run the ball and you're not going to stop us. And they have 3 solid running backs. Kittle, Garoppolo doesn't turn the ball over, and a great offensive coach. I think, and a really good defense. I think they have a real shot to win the NFC West.
Where would you put them in your top 10?
I have them at 4.
4? Whoa. I have New England at 1, by the way, because they never lose.
When you play defense and run the ball, that's the recipe of success.
Wow.
It's true.
So, what is your? Did you make a list or?
I'm looking at power rankings right now, and I'm gonna kind of make my own here. I'll be quick. I have Rams at 10.
Wow.
I agree with that.
I just think they're gonna get better, but right now with Goff throwing the ball 60 times a week and Gurley not being used, I think it's a recipe for disaster. I have the Cowboys at 9. I do think the Cowboys are probably going to win the NFC East.
Wow.
I would bet $20 that the Cowboys will probably win the NFC East.
I think the Eagles are going to win it.
But I wouldn't bet 50. But right now I have the Eagles at 8, 1 spot ahead of the Cowboys, just because I think the Eagles have beaten the teams they should, and they've only lost to who'd they lose to? They lost to
Detroit and the Falcons, but both were weeks they had heavy injuries.
True. And they're both really good teams, except for the Falcons. Detroit's really good.
They're both good teams, except for one of
I
them.
have the Bills at 7. Like I said, they haven't played many teams either, but I mean, they're running the ball and playing good defense, and I just think that they're very hard to put points against. I have the Packers at 5. I think they're just a very well-rounded team. Not great in any aspect, but very solid, very good defense. Finally, they're giving Aaron Jones the ball. I have the 49ers at 4. Seahawks 3. Chiefs 2. Patriots 1.
I agree with most of that.
I think I have the Saints in there somewhere. I definitely skipped a number.
So, Carson, why aren't the Bills in your top 10?
I was going to put them there, but then I thought about it, and I was like, do I think the Bills would beat the Colts? I think it'd be close, but I don't.
Yeah, Bills...
I think they're good, but I don't think... Like, if you match them up against any of these teams, I wouldn't say they wouldn't win, but I would pick the other team in all those games.
I don't trust the Panthers at all, especially if you put them against the Bills. I mean, the Bills would stop CMC. And the only reason the Panthers
Nobody's
won
stopping
those games,
CMC.
That's true, for fantasy. So I smoked you with him.
But I beat you.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
I'm 3-2.
I think you're 2-3.
I'm 3-2. I promise you. I looked this morning. I had a guy inactive and I still beat you.
No, I beat you, Tyler.
You didn't.
Look it up.
Did we play each other last week?
No, week before.
Oh, I thought I played you last week.
No.
Okay, you did beat me. My bad.
Yes. Hey, good.
My
Good fair
apologies.
game though.
Yeah, I admit when I'm wrong. But yeah, Colts and Panthers, I put the Bills over both of them. I'm not a big Jacoby Brissett guy. Colts
I'm not either. I'm
Colts,
rewarding
they played
them.
great defense, but the Chiefs have scored 25 points in like 30 consecutive games, I think is the stat.
Elijah has the official score right here. I beat you 172-94.
Yeah, but that's because I never set any lineups, and I didn't care about that week, just that week specifically. So that's
It says that my team blows up Dwayne Haskins.
Oh man,
Nick Chubb had like a 40 bomb that week.
True. Nick Chubb ate mine. Never mind.
So that's our list. Feel free always to email us at hottakesshow@gmail.com. Give us your top 10, bottom 5. Would you put the Cowboys in the top 10? Elijah, would you?
If I did, it'd be at 10. But either way, it's one of those.
They're going to win this week against the lowly Jets.
I'm going to keep it real, though, because I think you saw in the Packers game that we are good. It's just in the early goings, we got in our own way, and things went poorly, like an interception off Amari Cooper's hands. Dak just didn't see your defender floating over in coverage, and he picked it off. Things just happened. We crossed the 50-yard line every single drive.
You're gonna figure it out.
And so, I think we dug ourselves as a hole early in the game, and that was the reason we lost the game. I think if we don't throw those picks early on, that game is going to be a really high-scoring affair for one thing, which is further why I don't think the Packers defense is that good, and also we may actually win that game.
I think that what it's ultimately going to come down to with you guys is your defense is very good, and your offense is good, not great. The games you won, you look at. Dak Prescott is better than every single one of those people you played. But when you come up against Aaron Rodgers and who else? The Saints. Even like Bridgewater. I wouldn't say that Dak is that much better than Bridgewater. I think when you get in the playoffs and you have to face Carson Wentz, Drew Brees, Jared Goff, these are all quarterbacks that are better than Dak Prescott. And you say like we made dumb turnovers. That's Dak Prescott.
Wait, I understand. No. In the game, did you watch the game?
No.
Okay,
the one interception was Cooper's fault.
Okay, because one of them was off Cooper's hands.
Alexander had it.
The second one, that one was Dak's fault. The third one, the third one was called back by penalty. So thank you, refs, for that one.
Thank you.
But then the third one that actually counted, there should have been a flag there. We have Kevin King literally hitting Gallup in the head and pulling him down by his helmet so he can't get the ball, and that's a penalty that they should have called. But anyway, so like I'm saying is like not all the picks are Dak's fault, and I'm also going to push back on this because Aaron Rodgers really didn't outplay Dak in the sense like he only threw 4 receptions to wide receivers. Everything was off to Aaron Jones, and he just sliced us up. So I'm actually going to push back and say the defense isn't great on our team. Our defense has talent to be great, but it's not performing great. And so the fact you let Aaron Jones have 107 yards rushing and 75 yards receiving and 4 touchdowns. That's why we lost. Not Aaron Rodgers didn't outplay us.
You guys couldn't stop him.
Now, Aaron Rodgers, I think, is better than Dak, obviously. And so if it did come down to Aaron Rodgers versus Dak Prescott, I don't like those odds. But we didn't lose that game because of Aaron Rodgers.
He has a killer mustache.
I know he does. So that I'm pushing back on that. I don't think we got outplayed by Aaron Rodgers. We got outplayed by by Aaron Jones.
What a guy.
I mean,
Our
Aaron
defense
Rodgers didn't have to do anything, and that should
exactly.
be scary.
That's what I'm saying. Our defense didn't have to stop. Our defense couldn't stop Aaron Jones, therefore didn't have to stop Aaron Rodgers.
Scary. Shameless Halloween plug right here. Thank you,
Scary.
Terry.
All I'm saying is,
Terry.
by the third quarter, we got things turned around. We were driving almost. We were about to score almost every drive.
You are right about the interceptions, though. Some of them weren't his fault. The one that Dak threw one against the Redskins.
So if you actually watch the game,
you can't be nitpicky about that because I mean Haskins had 3 interceptions that game he came in, but 2 of them weren't his fault.
And this is
But
what I'm saying.
no one's gonna say that.
Even Lamar Jackson against the Steelers, not all interceptions were his fault, and one should have been called.
I was live at the game, folks.
That interception by Devin Bush should have been blown incomplete because he never had possession of it. It
looked pretty good from the stadium.
I'm sure it did, but I think you're being homer there too.
Heinz
My
Field.
entire point is, Cowboys not as bad as they looked in that game because of the early hole that we dug ourselves, and then the Packers aren't as dominant as they looked because their defense gave up a lot of yards and would have given a lot more points if we hadn't gotten our own
The
way.
Cowboys will be fine. You just got beat by a good team. End of story. You can't make excuses about it. The Packers are
I'm
better
not
at
making
this moment in
excuses.
time.
I'm giving an explanation.
I'm very excited to see the Cowboys-Eagles game in 2 weeks.
I am too, actually.
Because I think that the narrative this far this season has been the Cowboys beat the bad teams, lose to the good teams. So you guys have the Jets this week. Everybody pretty sure you'll win. The Eagles, that's a big one.
Yes, but the narrative that we lose to good teams, I think, has to have like a caveat to it each time. You know, like, well, I mean, I guess like the Saints is a good example of us having been beaten by a good defense. Our offense was like, you know, they just got absolutely brutalized by the Saints defense. Because if a team scores no touchdowns and 4 field goals, you should win that game. That should be an automatic win. We didn't do it, so we didn't get it done. The Packers game, though, I think there's a little bit more to the story than just a good team here and there whooped us. I think there's a little bit more to it. I'm not saying we should have won that game. I'm just saying it's not just like we got steamrolled if you watch the game.
Wow. So we'll see if the Cowboys can bounce back next week.
Yes.
Tyler, you mentioned Dwayne Haskins.
Wow.
I have put a whole Redskins segment in here for you.
See. I'm excited.
Is your voice up to this? I'm sure you might strain it yelling at the Redskins organization.
I'm an optimistic guy, so I'm not mad. After we started 0-4, it hit me like, all right, the season's over. Let's just see progress. Let's just see if we can make changes. So I'm not mad, but it does suck when you wait like 9 months for football to team and then they come out and they just suck. They're just so bad.
So I'll run you down some of the facts here, and then I'll let you go.
I know all the facts.
Jay Gruden fired by the Redskins after an 0-6 start.
5 a.m.
5 a.m. I think that Schneider dude that owns
so
the team is up there with, what's the Knicks owner's name? Dolan.
Those
are the 2 worst owners in their respective
Snyder's
sports.
pretty bad, dude.
Why would you cut? Okay, so he has a 39, 45, and 1 record as the Redskins coach over, I believe, 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
So
longest tenured coach under Dan Snyder for 6 years.
Wow. And so they called him in at 5 a.m. to be fired, and the reports say that Gruden didn't even really care. He's like, okay, whatever, I left.
I mean, if I was Gruden, I wouldn't care. You're getting out now before the whole thing burns down. So I'd be fine with it.
Gruden reportedly did not want Dwayne Haskins, and that it was a forced pick by Snyder.
I believe that could be true, but I don't think he was ever like, oh, I don't want him. But I definitely feel like Jay Gruden would have preferred to roll with Case Keenum, which he did week 1, and get like a great defender or a great offensive piece.
So Case Keenum will start again tomorrow after coming back from injury because Haskins is quote-unquote not ready, drafting someone in the top 15 who is NFL not ready, quote-unquote. The funniest part about this to me is Bruce Allen, the GM, right? That's who he is.
Joke.
He said the culture is quote-unquote good. And
he said damn good.
And the pieces are there.
So I'll go in on this. So I believe that for our defense, our pieces are there. We have the tools to have a very successful defense. And, like, think about it. Landon Collins, Josh Norman, though he's underperformed, he's still a top 15 corner. Reuben Foster, Kerrigan, Montez Sweat in our defensive line. I think our defense is perfectly fine and could be nasty if the coach was right. Our culture is awful, dude. Look at all the other DC sports teams. The Nationals are getting it done. The Mystics just won. Caps are 2 years removed from the Stanley Cup. The Redskins are a joke. A joke. And Bruce Allen, the only reason he's there is because he's Dan Snyder's, like, pet. Like Bruce Allen tells Dan Snyder what he wants to hear. He just kisses Dan Snyder's ass. It's so bad. Like everyone in Redskins Nation has a hashtag. It's Fire Bruce Allen, and it trends. It trends every week.
I think that
he's a loser. And if you watch that interview, and I did, he just avoided every question.
Yeah,
it was so bad.
The fact that your best player, Trent Williams, refuses to show up to collect a paycheck from the team when he has a huge contract. Not even like I don't think he's on a contract year thing. He just doesn't want to play for the Redskins. No, that shows that the culture is terrible. That he just doesn't want to play. Not that it's like
that came down to the medical staff. He didn't like how he had a tumor on his head removed, and he didn't like how everything was handled. I don't know the details of it. Not a lot of people do, but it definitely says something.
So
great culture.
I think on our predictions video last year, I think we both, Elijah, predicted the Redskins to go 6-10. Obviously,
something like that,
I don't think that's going to happen now. Tyler, what is your record at the end of the season for the Redskins?
3-13.
3-13. Who is the starting quarterback at the end of the season?
Haskins. So the thing with Haskins is the reason he's not ready is because Jay Gruden never gave him first team reps in practice. He was always the scout team guy and the video guy just because they wanted him to sit and learn, much like Mahomes did. So he definitely is not ready. He has no experience with the first team reps, and he only played 13 games in college. So it's like you got to give it the time to. I have no problem letting him sit this whole season, but I mean you want to see him play because how are you supposed to learn if you're not out there? But then again, if he gets out there and he gets demolished and he throws picks after picks, and it could ruin his confidence. But I don't think he will. He's a very confident guy.
He only played that one game, right, when he threw the 3 picks?
So he played the whole second half.
He had a 14-yard run.
That's
Whoa,
true.
Look at that.
If it was 15 yards, it would have been a touchdown.
That's right. So if you guys want to trade my Steelers, Case Keenum, we need a quarterback.
You're not going to make the playoffs.
Oh, no, we're not. We picked up Paxton Lynch. What a guy.
I can't believe you traded your first-round pick and now you're going to suck.
But we have Minka. Minka's better than anybody we could get in the next draft.
How do you know that?
Because he just is. Minka's really good.
I thought he was good too, but it just seems like
I know he's really good. I'm just saying, if you're gonna have a top 5 pick,
I don't think we'll have a top 5 pick.
You're 1-4 right now.
We play
Devlin Hodges. You might.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't even know who that is.
As I said before on the show, our schedule for some reason at the beginning of the season is unrealistically difficult.
Yo, same with the Redskins. Cowboys, Eagles, Patriots, Bears, all 4 weeks in a row.
I was like, why did you get up? It's like he just walked away.
It's hot.
So
the freaking lights are right.
We play the Bengals again. We play Miami. We play a few more bad teams near the end of the season, but I don't know. I think we'll win at least 4 or 5,
which could be a top 5 pick.
I mean, you got Miami.
If you're a 4-12 team, you're probably getting a top 7 pick for sure.
I'd rather have Minka. He's a great guy, great player.
To be honest, I don't know who's picked to go in the first.
It's a good
10
quarterback
picks.
league. It's a good quarterback draft.
I mean, do you want to take a quarterback?
No, I like Big Ben. I like Rudolph.
Who's gone to?
I like Rudolph. But
he's dead now.
And okay, I got that right here, Elijah. Good transition. So I was at the game, Tyler Wolff. I'm walking you through my story. At the game. Steelers keeping up well. Mike Tomlin basically gave them a 10-0 lead to start the game because he's a terrible coach.
Because he's a cheerleader.
Yes. So we are in the game. I forget what the score was at this time. I think it was 17-13. So we're right there. We're in it. Out of nowhere, the big bad monster, Earl Thomas, comes out of nowhere with the cheap shot
clean hit
uppercut to poor sweet Mason Rudolph.
Just because he was white.
What do you mean not a clean hit?
Bro, he uppercutted him with his helmet.
This is the equivalent of an uppercut punch.
And Earl Thomas has the nerve to appeal it.
The nerve to appeal it.
He almost killed a guy.
Yeah, I thought
what? It's a clean hit.
This is me live at the game. I thought this man died. He was laying there, motionless, and once I was like, "Oh, he got hit." I was like, "Oh, he's hurt." But then when the lineman
started
out
like this.
Yeah, he was dabbing.
His hand was stiff like
that.
If
that was a clean hit. Then Vaney's the Pope.
Yeah,
then Vaney's the Pope because that was a clean hit. It wasn't malicious. It's not.
It doesn't have to be malicious. It's not a clean hit, though.
Yes. How is it not a clean hit?
Even if he didn't get knocked out, it's still a dirty hit.
He didn't lead with the helmet. He didn't do that. It's not his fault. Mason Rudolph jumped in the air.
Mason Rudolph is 6'5". Do you know he has to jump up into his head to hit him like that? He's probably at 6'8" in the air.
Okay, but how does gravity work? What goes up must do what?
Come down, but he's still in the ground.
I think come down. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so exactly, if Rudolph jumps up and then Earl Thomas is running straight for him, he's going to naturally come down. They're going to hit and collide.
We'd all be screwed if Isaac Newton didn't invent gravity that one day.
That was awesome.
Thanks, Newton. Claps to him. So, Mason Rudolph lays there dead on the field. I literally thought he was dead.
I watched it live on TV, and I was like, Oh, shit. He's the next Shazier.
Bad luck for the Steelers.
Juju ran over and was falling
fainted,
over on the. Yeah, I was like, this isn't good. So then we put in our sweet prince Delvin Hodges, who actually gets us the lead, and then the Ravens tie it up, and then we go to overtime. Mm-hmm. We'll go into a subject here. Lamar Jackson, do you think he's good or bad?
I'd say more bad than good.
Yes, thank you. So I watched him give us 3 points right before halftime. Threw a pick on his own 20 to just hand us 3 points before halftime. So Mike Tomlin coming into overtime with his basically fourth-string quarterback because we traded away Josh Dobbs, who also sucks.
And has no hair.
So we win the coin toss. I've never seen this before in my life. We say, Ravens, you can have the ball because we're not afraid of Lamar Jackson. 3 and out. Okay. I don't think there was a single completion. I don't think he gained a single yard.
Question, though. Was it more of a fear of Lamar Jackson or of Delvin Hodges?
I think if Mason Rudolph was still playing, we would have taken it.
That's not the situation. That's not the situation we're talking about. We're talking about you have Delvin Hodges playing. And so he's playing the odds of...
It's Devlin.
Sorry, Devlin. If he takes the ball, he's betting that Devlin Hodges is not going to get down the field and score a touchdown. If that happens, you give him the ball to the Ravens who just need to get a field goal.
Yes, so we reverse carded them.
Both, we'll never know.
So we got the ball back.
Fire him though.
My man Juju fumbled. It's okay. It was a tough game, tough atmosphere. Earl Thomas though fined $21,000. Has the nerve to appeal. Tyler, you are correct. He ran off the field blowing kisses at the fans after nearly murdering a man.
I want to point out...
It's also the guy that gave his whole teammate and head coach the middle finger.
This is also the same franchise that employed murderer Ray Lewis. So two on one team.
Why do we forget that Ray Lewis literally murdered a guy?
I want to point out, though, that Earl Thomas did text Mason Rudolph and received no reply.
I think that's fake. I don't think he texted him.
I don't know.
Where would he get Mason Rudolph?
He could ask someone.
Where would Earl Thomas get Mason Rudolph's phone number?
He gives a shit about Mason Rudolph.
The point is...
Hey, man, my bad.
Hey, yo, my bad, dog.
Apparently, he's sorry about it. I don't think he meant to go in there and kill someone.
No, I do not think he meant to, but that doesn't mean the hit was clean. It was irresponsible.
If you watch it, he puts his hands in first, and then bodies collide. The corner of his helmet hits the face mask of Mason Rudolph. It's
it wasn't his fault, but it could have been prevented if Earl Thomas did.
Inadvertent contact happens all the time. Inadvertent contact with helmets happens all the time.
Well,
doesn't mean it should be fine.
I think that it should be more than fine. I think
NFL coddles quarterbacks.
I think we need a Vontaze Burfict season-long suspension.
No,
Tyler, do you agree for Earl Thomas?
That's not a proportional response to what happened.
He flipped off his coach.
Vontaze Burfict leads with the head on purpose. He is a dirty player, not Earl Thomas. I'm sorry.
Not a great guy.
I'm not going to go with you there. Good guy, better player.
It's not on here, but I want to go in on Lamar Jackson. What do you think of him, Elijah?
Lamar Jackson. Okay. I'm not saying he's the heir apparent to be the next GOAT of the league. He's not the next Patrick Mahomes. But I think that some people are giving him too hard of a time for being just a running back. I think he's proven he can actually play quarterback and throw well. I'm not saying he's the greatest quarterback. Never will be. Honestly, if I'm being honest, he won't ever be a top 5 quarterback in the league.
He won't be a top 10 quarterback.
I don't know about that, but top 5 never.
His turnovers are just so bad.
Okay, but in the game, one of them wasn't his fault.
He has Nate Peterman type interceptions and fumbles.
That's brutal. Fumbles I can't testify to. That's just him. But one interception was off the hands of a receiver. One was actually his fault. So the third one should have been blown incomplete. I don't know why he didn't. Why it wasn't?
Because Devin Bush is a top 10 draft pick,
he
and
never secured the catch.
The thing with Lamar Jackson, he has, I think, 10 touchdowns through 4 weeks, I believe.
How many of those came in the first 2 games?
Exactly. Also, all of his touchdowns, the receivers are wide open.
That's how Tom Brady is.
I mean,
Tom Brady's also 42.
Tom Brady doesn't. I see Tom Brady rarely throw tight coverage balls. To be totally honest.
Well, that's because Edelman is open in the middle of every play because he's a Hall of Famer.
No one thinks that Tom Brady can't throw.
Tom Brady has proven he can throw.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson's new.
Okay,
when he had Randy Moss, he was carving
1 year.
you
Not many quarterbacks come in and just light it up their first year.
I know, but
become
not many quarterbacks get the hype that Lamar Jackson's getting.
Who gives them hype?
Everyone at ESPN.
He's on NFL highlights.
I'm not
every
freaking week. I think he's.
They're like, Mahomes and Jackson could be the next Manning.
Would you rather have Lamar Jackson or Devlin Hodges?
Lamar Jackson.
Come on.
What?
Don't be an idiot.
Would I rather have, let me think of some, Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson? I'd rather have Josh Allen.
Okay.
Would I rather have Sam Darnold? Sam Darnold.
Okay,
Would I
that's
rather
fair.
have Baker? These are all quarterbacks in his draft class.
Yes, wow.
Josh Rosen.
Also went a lot higher than he did. So
yeah. So
I'm not saying
I don't buy the hype. I buy his fantasy hype.
yes, I like having him on.
Same
fantasy
reason
team.
I have Kyler Murray, because Kyler Murray had 60 rushing yards and a touchdown. That's 12 easy points that like a Tom Brady or a Drew Brees couldn't get. So that's why I like him for fantasy. But in terms of winning a game, like he doesn't make the throws. Like his turnovers are so.
He
bad.
threw 0 touchdowns against the Chiefs, who we just said their defense is terrible.
in our text group chat for the fantasy league, Carson texted that he can never throw to anybody but tight end
Yes,
and running back.
at the game.
And then the next drive he threw to Willie Snead 8 times in a row.
Okay, you look at his. I don't know have the stat on me. I guarantee his target share over the season is probably 60 or 70% tight ends.
If it works for him, what's the problem with that?
He can't throw down the field of wide receivers.
If he doesn't have to. Why does it matter? Neither does Bridgewater.
They're not. They can't win. You're gonna fight me on this. I know
Neither
it.
does Tom Brady.
Tyler, I hope you side with me on this. If Big Ben was healthy, the Steelers would win this division.
I did choose the Steelers to win the division before the season started.
Because you look at that game where the Ravens took the Steelers to overtime with Mason Rudolph being attempted murdered and Delvin Hodges.
It's Devlin.
Devlin.
It's your own team.
It's ma'am.
He's from Samford, not Stanford. So
Sanford.
So you
Great
look at
nursing
that.
school now.
To me,
Wow.
if you replace Devlin Hodges and Mason Rudolph with Big Ben, that's an easy win. Because we kicked field goals in a lot of instances.
Carson,
where Big Ben.
however, though, there has been a severe underperformance from James Conner. Jr.
Oh, I agree. No, I agree.
Yes.
Well, I think Juju is tied directly to the quarterback. If Big Ben's there, I don't think there's a problem.
Juju was directly tied to feasting off Antonio Brown's double team.
Ooh, I don't know if I
That's
agree
what
with
I said
that.
all last year.
It's much like Devontae Adams this year. He got a lot of hype, and Allison and Scantling are getting most of the work, except for that one game. But it's huge for all the Steelers fans, and like I like the Steelers. I chose them to win, so I'm not trying to piss you off. They were like, "Oh, we still got Juju," and then you feel like the Joker laughing in your room because why do we still have Juju?
Yes.
It's just like
No, I love Juju.
so do I. I traded for him in fantasy, but like he just hasn't. It's a lot harder when you don't have another guy who's better than
Oh,
you
I
to take
agree.
double teams.
I agree. And I do agree. Random guy who sat by us at the game who we talked to, if you're listening to this, shout out. He made a very, very, very good point. James Conner is a good running back. He is not fit to be the starting running back of a team. I think he's a good B running back. But I don't hate having him. Like I like him. He's better than having who the Redskins have? Chris Thompson and Adrian Peterson?
Darius Geis.
Darius Geis. But see, I don't hate Connor, but like he's limited. There's only so much he can do. But
I have Connor in some fantasy leagues, and I can't wait to start him because Jalen Samuels is out for a month.
yes, well, I have.
Pardon my voice crack.
But if you look at like the Browns, exactly what I said before the season, Elijah.
Wow.
The Browns are too young and dysfunctional. They are not going to be good. The Browns cannot. They are not going to win the division. So the only team
I'm
left.
gonna say this. I don't think they've been great, obviously, to this point. But I haven't watched all their games. They've got a lot of primetime games, by the way, which I think is pretty funny. But, okay, for instance, like the 49ers game, I watched some highlights. I think their offense sucks so bad because the offensive line is not very good. That's their biggest problem. If like you can't blame a quarterback for being garbage whenever his line is like just giving him no help at all.
Yeah, they definitely
he gets hit
need
almost
a
every other
lineman.
play. He caused 2 fumbles, forced some picks. It's like that just happens to any quarterback.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
If you're the Browns GM,
Sure.
let's say Carson and Stacks are the Browns GM.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
the Redskins
Upgrade.
GM. Are you
Bold
ready?
move.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you ready for this?
Okay.
I'm going to propose you guys a trade.
Okay.
You let me know if you accept it.
Sure.
I'm
take
going to
it.
offer you guys Trent Williams
Ooh,
to help with Baker,
Frodell.
and you have to give me Njoku and a second-round pick.
Sure,
Second round.
I'll do it.
Because Jordan Reed's concussion, we definitely need a young tight end. Njoku's good.
I'll do it.
And we need a second-round pick.
Ooh.
Trent Williams'
Second
value...
Round, second round's pretty rich.
I mean, I was going to say first round, but Trent Williams' value's definitely decreased because he knows
Exactly.
he's not
And
going to return.
he's
So that's
also
why a
injury
second
prone
round.
too. So I mean, he's always had injuries going on.
So,
So-
do you accept that or not?
I don't.
Yes.
I would counter with maybe a third or a fourth.
Oh, we would not give Trent Williams right for a third.
Austin Njoku.
I know, but like,
he's just in Joku though.
it's in joke. You're getting a perennial All-Pro
I
left
disagree.
tackle.
Yes, I agree, Tyler.
Thank you.
Thank you for the deal.
Yes, I just hooked up
Wow.
the Redskins so
He'll
good.
go the Browns.
Yeah. So to me, the Browns have no shot at winning the division, which means the Ravens are just going to win by default because Big Ben is hurt. But if Big Ben's hurt, easy Steelers division win.
I wouldn't say easy. I would say they win though.
Yes, thank you. Why not? Who would win?
Probably the Ravens still. If you're gonna ask
With
me,
Big Ben?
honestly.
We would have won that game on
they have-
Sunday
they
with Big
have-
Ben.
they
I
have
think the
defense.
Ravens. I think the Steelers, if Big Ben healthy, 55-60% chance. Ravens like 45-50. Like I think it's close.
Ravens.
I just think the culture is better in Steelers. Like no,
Yes.
I don't know.
But
I just wasn't impressed with his performance against the Patriots either. I
Yeah, it's the
I know
Patriots.
they're a really good defense,
Yeah.
but like you didn't.
Stephon Gilmore
you got-
is like the best corner in the game.
You
right
also
now.
you also
Patriots
got
have only
just-
given up one passing touchdown.
If
like
this
two
quarterback's so great, he couldn't get one touchdown out of it.
On his first game of the year. What do you want?
I don't know.
I mean,
a
Dak
touchdown?
couldn't get a touchdown against the Saints.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm not arguing that that Dak is like making the team that much better, like as the way that Big Ben would. Because right now you're arguing that it would take your team being like the worst team, or not the worst, but like the second worst in the division, to being the best.
Well, I don't think those other two teams are that good.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. I just think they're all pretty.
Just because you could argue that the Ravens' defense is better than the Steelers'
Yeah.
defense.
Here's an
But-
argument for Stacks. So it's like, oh, go ahead, Carson. I
But
interrupted you.
Lamar Jackson being as bad as he is made it even. We got
ascending.
because he
Getting
turned the
better.
ball over
He's
3
not-
times.
he's
Whether
a second-year
they're
player. What
good
do you
about
want him to
okay,
do?
Mason Rudolph's a second-year player who didn't get to play at all. Going from a Hall of Fame quarterback to just throwing him in there, that's a big drop
Oh,
off.
I understand that.
Yeah,
But I don't know what your point
But
is.
I mean,
that we would win with Big Ben.
You can't make too many. I mean, look at the Colts. Like Andrew Luck retired like 4 days before the season, and they got Brissett, and they're 3-2, and just
Oh,
beat the Chiefs.
that's a great
Brissett
point.
though has had a lot of experience. So he started for the Patriots for a little bit. And he
That's
got to
true.
play a good amount while Luck was hurt last year.
That's true.
Would you rather have Case Keenum or Brissett?
Probably Brissett.
Would you
But
rather have?
I think they're both awful.
Would you rather have Case Keenum or Devlin Hodges?
Case Keenum,
With Dak Prescott or Case Keenum?
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott or
I'm not an idiot. I'm a Cowboys hater, but I'll give credit where credit's due. Dak has gotten better this season. He looks way better. His confidence is there, but like,
Yes.
I just don't think that he's going to take them to the Super Bowl.
who's winning the division? Eagles or Cowboys or Giants? If you want to throw them in there,
Redskins.
My gut tells me the Cowboys,
I'm going Eagles.
but I would probably place a bet that the Eagles win.
I love Carson Wentz. I think he's.
I think whoever wins in 2 weeks will win the division.
Sure, I go with that.
But my gut tells me Cowboys, but I'd place a bet that the Eagles.
Wow. So have we got all our rage for the Steelers and Lamar out and everything?
I don't know. I just don't.
also-
I just don't think Big Ben changed that around too much.
There hasn't
Yeah.
been a repeat
You think we're
division
1-4
winner.
with Big Ben?
Not 1-4, but you're not 5.
They also had a
I think we'd be
ridiculous
3-2.
schedule to start the season.
Maybe.
Yeah, we did have a ridiculous schedule.
And so do the Redskins.
Well, I understand that. But every team has hard patches. Like the Cowboys about to go on a streak. We have to face like the Eagles, the Bills, the Bears, the Patriots, the Lions, the Vikings. Like it gets harder for everyone. Like everyone has tough parts in the schedule.
That's true. It's just
Everyone has that.
it's harder to start like with a bad record rather than face those hard teams in the middle when you're like figuring your stuff out.
So
Not that big of a difference.
Aaron Jones, I want to throw in here, also fined $10K for burning the Cowboys.
what do you do? What was it?
They
Waving?
fined him
Waving?
$10K for waving at the guy when he was
That's
going
dumb.
in the end zone.
Should have done that. The fining shouldn't have been happening.
4 TDs.
Also,
what a
about
monster.
the NFC East, there hasn't been a repeat division winner
I know.
since like 2003. So I mean, that's history's on the side for the Eagles, but
We'll see.
The Redskins will have their year. They're coming.
we're gonna have.
Hey, we all go
Great
through
pick.
it.
Terry McLaurin.
He's
I mean,
good.
Trey
whenever-
Quinn.
I remember whenever the Cowboys were 4-12, and I was just so depressed about it. This is the worst thing in the world.
This is the worst thing.
Hey,
My
would
life
you
is
rather
over.
have-
We got Zeke out of it.
Would you rather have who's better, Dak, Zeke, and Cooper, or Romo, Murray, and Dez?
Ooh.
I would take.
I think Romo's better. Zeke is better. Ooh, I don't know who's better between Dez and Cooper. I think they're very even. So I think
They
both
have very
trios are
different-
even.
Their playing styles are very different
I'll
because
tell-
Cooper is like a precision route runner. He's more about getting open and being shifty. Dez is just like an athletic monster.
I'll
He's
tell you
open,
this:
high point.
if Dez, Murray, and Romo had this defense the Cowboys have now, they would
yeah,
at least one Super Bowl.
yeah,
So that's definitely some knock on.
that's a hard one to actually answer
I know, right?
because obviously Murray is not as good as Zeke is. And
Well,
I-
remember Dak's rookie season when they what was it 12-4, 13-3.
13-3, I think.
Me and all my friends were like, oh my god, if they had Romo instead of Dak,
Yeah.
Dak's rookie season, I was like, oh my, I'd be terrified.
Carson is a believer that they should have put Romo back in.
I like Romo a lot. They gave up on him too quick.
I loved Romo. Okay, but like think about it.
You had to give
you
up
had
Romo.
you had to give it to Dak. He won you 13 games. Or at that point it was like he won you like
Dak's
9 games,
scrambling
9 games
ability
in a
and
row.
ability to kill you in the end zone is like Romo couldn't do that.
And they were just like, well, you can't pull this kid out because he's obviously the future of the franchise at this point. And
But should he be? Dun, dun, dun.
Did you ever see those commercials with Dak Prescott talking to Kyler? I'm like, don't worry. They doubted me too, Kyler.
I'm like, they still doubt you.
I'm like, Dak, he's going to be a first overall pick. You were almost a 5th round pick. You were late in the 4th round. Shut up. You haven't done anything in your career except one playoff win.
How many years do you think Kyler...
Rookie of the year, wow.
How many years do you think Kyler Murray's around?
10.
10? I think maybe like...
I was thinking like
4,
6.
Dude,
4, 5.
He's built.
But
like RG3 was kind of lengthy, but like
5'9".
I don't know why you guys hate on his height so much.
Because he can't see over the line.
Have you seen how he throws? He throws on a slippy zone. Like you guys, like it's really not like that big of a disadvantage. It is compared to if you're like 6'5", but like you're still able to see, and it's not like it's just this wall. Like the line moves, the line comes together. You move out of the pot. Like
Kyler Murray or Lamar Jackson?
Same question to you, Carson.
Right now or for the future?
Both.
Right now. See, it's tricky because like, what if Lamar was on the Cardinals and had that defense, and Kyler was on?
Ooh, that's true.
I'd say right now Lamar Jackson, for the future Kyler Murray.
What about you?
Kyler's a very, very.
I think both of them have the problem where they scramble too much and they're going to get hurt. Like RG3. RG3 was done after like a year or two. So I'll take Kyler just because I don't like Lamar. But I think Lamar.
There it is. Wow.
I think Lamar is literally going to run himself out of the league. He's going to be around 2 to 3 years.
I won't fight you there. I think that this is a problem for like Deshaun Watson too. Is like if you take that many big hits and stuff, like it's going to become a problem.
My thing with Watson though is he can actually throw. So whenever he does start doing that, he can decide to I'm not going to run anymore. I'll just throw. But Lamar, he has to run. If he doesn't run, he's useless.
I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that? So if you make him a purely pocket quarterback.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if Lamar Jackson stays in the pocket a whole game and wins.
He doesn't have to be. Like that's something. Like, Aaron Rodgers is not just a purely pocket passer. That's what he's known for, is being out of the pocket, making things happen. It's not like pocket passers are not like that's not how the NFL works anymore.
Case Keenum isn't a pocket passer.
He's
very mobile.
Okay, the only one right now I can think off the top of my head is a pure pocket passer is Tom Brady. That's because he can't.
Big Ben was before he got hurt.
Because they can't move the ball.
Stacks, did in the Cowboys-Packers game,
yeah.
Don't you hate how they rave, like they love David Bakhtiari? I think David Bakhtiari is the most overrated player of maybe all time. And here's why. So his run block. So the reason he got like all pro and Pro Bowl was because of his pass block. His pass blocking. No sacks in like 3 years. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Let me dive into this. His run blocking is average. Statistically based on PFF. He's number one run blocking, pass blocking. Because Aaron Rodgers scrambles to the right side every play. Bakhtiari's on the way other side, far left.
Exactly.
No wonder he never gives up a sack.
Exactly.
I think Bakhtiari is a joke. I hate how much they rave about him. Can you agree with me on that, or am I just
I
being
agree
out
with
of
that.
control?
I don't know if he's like the most overrated tackle in the league, but I think he's overrated because, like you said, I think obviously Aaron Rodgers being who he is like he makes that offense click a lot, and like he scrambles on every play. It's insane.
To the right,
yeah.
Bakhtiari's on the left.
Yes.
No sacks in 3 years. I bet that was tough.
Was that Troy Aikman making that assessment, calling the game?
Troy Aikman is the most biased Cowboys announcer.
He said that Robert Woods is the best wide receiver in the league.
One of them.
He said the best.
Not the best. With Troy Aikman, though, Packers are up 14-0, and Troy Aikman was like, yeah, it's been a pretty close game, very well contested. I'm just like, Troy! Shut up, dude. It's 14-0 in the first quarter. I'd be pissed if I was a Cowboys fan.
I was pissed.
He's just so biased. I hate him.
Did Co talk to you any, Elijah?
No.
He give you any trash
No,
talk?
not really.
I'm sure Co is loving the season.
What? Is there more of a stupid tradition than wearing a block of cheese on your head?
Oof.
If I was a Packers fan, I'd be ashamed.
Having faith in Mike Tomlin for the last 8 years.
The move those chains is almost it's up there with wearing cheese on your head at the Liberty football games. That is the worst chant in college football.
I don't like that one.
It's
We're
embarrassing.
4-0 with Hugh Freeze on the sideline though.
Okay.
We beat New Mexico and New Mexico State.
Wow. Let's just.
But we lose to good teams though. So.
Yeah. We're like the Cowboys.
Okay, Elijah. We'll come back when they beat the Jets this weekend.
Oh, yes. Put them back in the top 5.
Put them back. All right, they got to win. We're back on track. So that's all the NFL talk we have for right now, I guess. Unless Tyler, if you think of something later you want to yell about, we can yell about it.
I'll just shout it out.
Okay. Do you want to? NBA starts soon. I know we're not as in depth about the NBA, but if you just want to list like what teams you think will be good this year, Tyler.
I think the Jazz are going to be really good.
I think so too.
I think you must be smoking an insane amount of marijuana if you have the Celtics in your top five.
Yeah, man.
I think the Jazz are going to be good. I think the Lakers and Clippers, obviously.
I think the Lakers are not going to be as good as people think.
They're going to be good.
They have two people.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they
You sound
don't.
like last year. I want to throw back to last year real quick. The Lakers signed Lance Stevenson and JaVale McGee. This is a top 3 lineup. Didn't even make the playoffs.
I don't think you understand how good Anthony Davis is.
Oh, Anthony Davis is one of the he's a top 3 player in the league.
Like, the duo of LeBron and Anthony is better than the duo of Kawhi and PG.
No, whoa, no
Yes.
way. That's the best duo in the league by
I'm
far.
gonna keep it real, guys. I don't watch a lot of basketball, so I don't really know how like.
Who's better, LeBron, Anthony Davis, or Kawhi and Paul George?
I honestly, just off what I know, go with LeBron and.
I don't think you guys understand how good the Clippers are going to be. They're going to be defensively unstoppable.
Here's the thing. The Clippers are going to stomp the Lakers in this
Yes.
series. Not stomp. It'll be close because, like, LeBron has the most rest he's ever had. I don't know if you guys are LeBron. I'm a huge LeBron guy.
I'm not a huge LeBron guy.
Not a huge LeBron guy.
He's the greatest player of all time. It is insane how much.
Not a huge LeBron guy.
And, like, Anthony Davis, when he made the playoff series with the Pelicans and it was just him and Rondo, Anthony Davis demolished and single-handedly beat the Blazers, pretty much. Anthony Davis is amazing. He is so
very good.
Lakers also have, like, I'm not a big fan of the supporting cast, but I think with how much, like, rest LeBron had and how good Anthony Davis is, I don't sleep on the Lakers.
You think Dwight Howard's going to make an impact?
Maybe with his homosexuality.
Is he? No, he might be. No, he likes
he's
trannies,
gay.
so technically he's straight, if you want to be technical.
He wants to be a tranny?
No, he likes trannies.
Oh.
No.
No, the Clippers are the better team. Better, well-rounded, more depth, but the Lakers, I think, could beat them in the playoffs. Just because of LeBron and AD.
I put the Celtics on here just because I wanted to talk about the
Taco
Celtics.
Fall.
Taco Fall is going to take the league by storm, let me tell you.
He can barely move.
He's what do you do against him? What do you do?
Shoot.
You run past him because he's slow as shit.
If he drives, just sit him under the basket. All he has to do is go like that.
Sit him under the basket. It's a defensive 3-second.
Well, beside it, around it.
He's not going to work out.
I think in the East, the reason I put them there is because I noticed a lot of the really good teams are in the West. Like, I still think the Warriors are a top 3 team.
Insane.
Yeah. What? Insane?
Once Clay gets back, yeah.
Yes, once Clay gets back. Not at the beginning of the season. Once Clay gets back. But, like, you think of, like, you got the Clippers. I think the Jazz and the Nuggets and the Warriors will all be better than the Lakers.
Yes, the Rockets are going to be good, too.
I do not like the pairing of Westbrook and Harden.
Worked before.
How did it work? They lost. And
they made it to the NBA Finals.
They all got... Yeah, I don't like it. Like, if you look at the East, though, it's literally the Bucks, the Celtics. I'm not big on the Sixers because Ben Simmons, I don't think is... Ben Simmons is hype.
Wow.
He hit a 3 in a
Ben
preseason
Simmons
game.
is a great player.
Yes, he's a great player, but...
And they added Josh
He's too much of a
Richardson,
liability.
who's a very good player. They added Al Horford.
Why did Horford leave the sweet Celtics?
I don't know, because he wants to win.
No, but you look at it like this, though. If you got Kemba, Tatum, Brown... You can pick up Enes Kanter.
They haven't done anything so far.
I know, but
Why
we got
would they
new
do something
people.
this year?
I don't know. Because Kyrie was a cancer.
He is, but Kemba is a disease.
So, yeah, NBA, woohoo. It's only fun in the playoffs.
Will I watch more this year? Probably not.
Yeah, it's
Suns.
fun in the playoffs. Because, how you like the Suns this year?
The best case scenario, we're the 8th seed.
You think they'll make the playoffs, yes or no?
No.
Go Mavericks.
They could, but
Mavericks.
I'm not
I think the
betting
Mavericks
money.
will make the
They
playoffs.
look pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I think they'd be pretty good.
Dude, there are 7 teams that are guaranteed to make the playoffs. There's only... All right, let's go through this. Can you pull up a Western Conference thing just so we can look?
Elijah, say something while I'm typing so it's not dead noise.
Talk about talk about the Nationals.
Oh, I don't watch baseball either, but they're in.
Go Nats!
Just tell the crowd that they won 2-0 last night.
They won 2-0 last night. Wow, against the Cardinals, right? St. Louis Cardinals?
Yep, St. Louis.
For the Eastern...
St. Louis.
No, it's not Eastern. How do they break up MLB against American and National?
American and National.
And Nationals are in the
National
League. Right.
Do you have a baseball team, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm a Nats fan. I only watch them in the
for you.
playoffs, though. I don't watch regular season.
I don't watch baseball.
All right, so
to me is hard to watch.
here are the teams that are guaranteed to make the playoffs.
Okay.
Let's go through. Denver, Rockets, Golden State, Trailblazers, Utah, Clippers, Lakers. I don't have anyone else that are guaranteed to make.
Guaranteed.
That's 7.
So then you have a fight between the Mavs, the Spurs, and the I don't know who else.
Pelicans.
The Thunder, maybe.
I like the Pelicans. I think the Pelicans could squeeze in.
No.
Zion, Booger McFarland,
No.
JJ Redick. Wow.
JJ Redick.
So the 8th seed is going to be
Lonzo
tricky.
Ball.
I think the Suns have like a 10% chance to be 8th seed.
Wow. But the process, it'll be there eventually.
I mean, Devin Booker, forget, is like our age.
Yes.
And he's
Yeah,
one of
true.
the best players in the world. And
Wow.
DeAndre Ayton is younger than us.
Wow.
And
Are we
yeah.
failures? Yes.
I mean, they're playing, we're talking. You be the
Exactly.
judge.
They make more money than we do.
We make good money off of this show, Hot Takes.
Yes, we actually have made $0.00
In fact,
off
we've
of it.
lost money on the show.
We haven't
Buy
lost.
the equipment.
You should ask your the Jasmine place if they want to sponsor us. We will give them a shout out, which I guess I technically just did for free, but we will do that for $20 a month.
That's not. I'll definitely
Big
talk to
profits,
Ming.
big profits.
That's literally for $20. That's literally nothing.
It's a free
You get at
$20.
least a solid 15 people that'll hear it.
We need to make a fake sponsorship
What? That's not gonna make us any money.
eventually.
Eventually,
GoFundMe.
dude, I need to start a GoFundMe for the show. I will. I'll make one. Okay. While we're on the topic of NBA, Vaney now works for the Hornets.
Oh, whoa. Veiny.
Hey,
Hey, buddy.
I'm happy for him.
How do you feel like if you're just like sitting at home one night, just like watching TV, and you're just thinking, and Vaney's out there like partying with Scary Terry and
right.
Michael
Yeah.
Kidd Gilchrist, and he's like, yeah, man, what's up, Kid Gilly?
I made a
What's
GIF.
up?
You want to see it?
It's a gift.
GIF, sorry.
Let's check out my
I-
Vaney gifts.
I have nothing to say.
Nothing to say.
It's crazy.
Oh, Veiny.
Scary Terry
What a
was on the
great guy.
Celtics. Great guy. Also, the NBA loves China more than it loves America.
All right, I got to be honest with you. I know nothing about it. I just know there's beef. I have no idea what started it.
Elijah, are you up on this?
From what I have read about it, seen about it, so was NBA about to do something in China? Or
The
have, like,
NBA
promotional
has
events or whatever?
they have a huge partnership with China because Chinese kids love the NBA for some
Sure.
reason. So they play preseason games over there
Yep.
sometimes, and they just like they pay a lot of money to be able to televise the NBA in China.
Okay, well, so what I understand is a coach made a comment about
A GM,
Chinese
GM.
a GM, sorry, about how they weren't very good over there or something like that.
Free Hong Kong, usually.
And then I guess the Chinese government was offended by that, and they canceled all events with the NBA, and they won't let it be aired on Chinese television anymore. And so, of course, they're having a dispute, and I guess NBA.
What was the comment?
He just said Free Hong Kong
something? Yeah, something about
because
the protest
China
in Hong
has a
Kong.
communist government,
Yeah.
and for some reason Hong Kong is supposed to be they're not supposed to be touched by the government or
Yep.
something.
Uh-huh.
And so the people and their government is trying to impose its will on Hong Kong.
Yes.
So the people are protesting their freedoms because they don't have freedoms in China.
They've been
So-
protesting for like a couple months now.
Yeah, so
It's been every
all the Rockets GM did was say, we stand with Hong Kong for freedom. The NBA immediately was like, oh, China, we love you. Don't know. And they banned all coaches, all players from talking about it. If you bring a free Hong Kong sign to an NBA game, the security will take it from you. In America, they will take it from you.
Why do we care so much about?
Because the money. The NBA wants China's money. China's money. You have
Yeah, but it's
coaches.
not even American dollars.
You have like coaches like Steve Kerr and Popovich who rip Trump every single
Liberals.
chance they get. Yes, liberals. Every single
I
chance
can't
they get, they destroy Trump. They asked them about it. They said, I don't really want to comment on the China situation. I'm not really well informed on it or something.
I just hate how Kerr's worse than Pop. Hey, Steve Kerr, how did you feel the offense ran tonight? Oh, it ran very smoothly, unlike Donald Trump. Like, he just brings it up out of nowhere. Like, no one even asked you, and he feels
His comment about it was, I'm sure China doesn't like it how we have people running around with AR-15s lighting people up or something. And I think you retweeted something that said, yes, because an entire government oppressing the people is the same as one person choosing to do some act of violence.
Yeah, no, so I mean, like, I don't understand why, first off, okay, I have this thing. I don't think we should ever ask athletes anything about politics or, like, anything.
Because they don't know.
know.
No one, like, they're not paid to be commentators on politics or on anything like that. That's not their thing. They're there to play a sport. That's what we pay them for. And so I think it's kind of, even like when it comes to things in America, it's like don't turn to them for their analysis on a certain issue or a problem because it's not what we pay them for. They're not professionals in that area. They're there. They play a sport. Not saying they can have an opinion because they're Americans, but like that's not what they're there for.
Like, why is Megan Rapinoe on the forefront?
I think it's funny now how whenever there's an issue in China and it's actually applicable to the NBA now, and people like, I saw a video where a CNN reporter was asking a question to, I think it was Harden and Westbrook, and she was like, you know, you guys in the past have been pretty vocal about issues. But now with all this controversy, do you think you'll reevaluate going forward if you ever speak on that? And they like shut her down, said you can't.
Yeah, an NBA like person came in and was like, they're not taking any questions about that.
So I don't know. I think it's not a great look for the NBA. Obviously,
that's funny.
I think it's not a good look whenever you're putting the Chinese government and their money for your league above
Trump called out Kerr. He said,
I love Trump.
I love Trump.
It wasn't not a great time for the NBA right now. But,
and LeBron, who wants to tell me everything about our country, won't comment also.
So here's the thing. Let's just, going forward, let's not ask athletes their opinions about anything to do with politics and let them play their sport.
Unless it's someone like well-spoken, like Deshaun Watson, Derek Carr, like people like that.
Or Earl Thomas, or Malcolm Jenkins.
Let's see what Devlin Hodges does.
I went to Sanford.
Remember when Derek Carr was like in that interview? They're like, "Oh yeah, we hate Trump. What do you think? The country's screwed, right?" He was just like, "No, it's just he's a coach and you got to go with it." It was just like he wanted to say so bad he was a Trump fan. The Bosas are big Trump fans. The Bosas when Trump tweeted, "Congratulations, Nick Bosa." It's so funny.
I love how when the sports world just like Trump somehow gets involved with it because the funniest headlines come out of it. He's like this Kerr guy. I don't. So one more random story I have here. Did you see where the AOC supporter said we need to eat babies?
No.
This woman, you know AOC, right? She's big on the climate and everything. The Green New Deal, climate change.
The Cortez.
Yeah.
Eat the babies.
Yeah. This woman, this foreign girl was like, I love everything you're doing for our country, but it's not enough. There's too much CO2, so we have no other choice. We have to eat the babies. She was dead serious. She said it like 12 times. She was like, we must eat the babies.
Cortez said that.
No, the girl was telling Cortez that. But it's not just kill the babies. Eat the babies.
That's ridiculous.
That doesn't make sense.
No, it's so eat them.
Eat. It's like the night. It's like the Night King taking his.
Give me some barbecue sauce and then we'll talk.
All right, we gotta end the show.
Do you have a comment on the eat the babies?
Don't eat babies.
Thank you. Hot Takes does not endorse that.
We don't endorse that.
Should eating babies ever be the solution to any problem ever?
No. I have 2 reviews I want to do real quick. Did either of you 2 see Joker over the weekend?
It was great.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Dude, wasn't it good? I
enjoyed it a lot.
My thing with it is, I don't know if I will ever watch it again.
I don't need to watch it again.
It was so, like, I felt, like, heavy after the movie.
I know.
It was so, like, real, and, like, I don't know.
Oh, it was good. Like, it's one of those movies where, like, yeah, you see it. Did you guys ever see Lone Survivor with Wahlberg?
Yeah.
I saw that once in theaters. I don't need to see that movie again. Like, that, it just kind of, like, rips your heart. Like, I don't like watching stuff like that. Like, I like comedies. I don't like going to have my heart ripped out. And, like, me as a psychology major, like, I feel for the guy. I feel for his traumatic childhood that he had that, like, made him go like that. Obviously, he's a terrible person. I don't feel like that bad for him. But, yeah, it was – what'd you think of the ending?
Like, the ending was wild. Like, you think of, like, any movie where there's just violence. You see war movies. People get shot all the time, but it's not as, like – it's like, oh, this is a movie. Like, I understand this is a movie. But, like – if you take the name Joker out of this and all the Batman stuff, that's a very real world scenario that happened. And like, even like something as small as like I've seen a dude get shot in a movie before. When someone got shot in this movie, it felt so much more real, and I felt like gross watching.
Like on the train station.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, like it's like Elijah. You should go check it out if you ever like get the chance. It's very like, it's very heavy in real world.
The Joker, however, is a very unreliable narrator.
Yes.
I don't want to spoil it, but
do you think Joaquin will get Best Actor?
I mean, he should.
I think he should too.
I mean, whoever plays the Joker like is always a category. He's such a phenomenal character.
Elijah, did you feel like the Joker putting on the Cowboys clown makeup during the Packers game?
That was me.
That was you.
I love all the clown memes.
Yeah,
Remember that hit Derek Barnett had on Jamal Williams?
Yeah.
It was like the meme was like Derek Barnett before the game, like putting on the clown wig. Those memes are so funny.
Are you a Breaking Bad fan?
No.
Did you see Breaking Bad?
Not all of it.
I'm currently watching. So I finished last time we talked. I was in the beginning of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, did you finish
I finished Game of Thrones.
Did you like it?
What'd you think?
It's great. I had no problem with the ending.
I thought it was stupid.
No problem.
Why?
They set up all this stuff with Jon Snow and everything, and then just told him to go live in the woods.
I know, but he wanted to be in the woods. Remember, he told Tormund, he was like, "I wish I could."
But why is Bran the king?
Because he's the least person that'll cause the next conflict, and he knows everything. I didn't like it because I knew that he was going to be king eventually. I was like, "Oh, that's stupid." Then it made sense at the end because he's going to keep peace.
I wanted it to be Jon.
I was okay with it. Jon doesn't want to be king.
Jon could have formed the alliance with the wildlings and then let them be up there, be fine. No need for the wall anymore because they liked him. And that was like if they could have a king in the Seven Realms.
I think Jon never wanted to be king. So why would he want to be king?
Because he found out that he was a Targaryen.
Oh.
I thought they didn't do anything with Bran. I thought at some point he should have worked the dragon.
I hated his character. Too many people died for him.
Yeah,
For
true.
Bran, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But Breaking Bad anyway is a really
Hodor.
poor Hodor.
And also one more thing. How did Arya kill the Night King? How did none of those assholes see her storm?
Because she was silent.
Oh.
Yeah, his death was very, very.
And the night I didn't like that either. They never
Underwhelming.
explained it. Never explained it.
He never had a line.
Yeah, never a line. I thought he was gonna be like, "Hello, Bran. I know
know.
who you are."
What if you're just like, "Hi"?
He should have been voiced by the Mr. Krabs guy.
Oh yeah.
Oy.
Money.
But Breaking Bad is a very good show. You guys should check it out if you need a series to watch.
I just started Prison Break.
Oh, I've heard that's good.
That's great.
It is?
Well, I haven't seen all of it, but what I have seen, yes, it's
Okay.
very good. My brother liked it a lot. He's seen it all.
Which brother? You have multiples.
Isaac.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Isaac.
Isaac.
Isaac. Yes. No.
But Breaking Bad to me is one of my 3 favorite shows of all time. They just put out El Camino, the sequel movie to the show that explains what happens after it. Very good if you're a Breaking Bad fan. Check it out. A lot of cameos of characters you love from the show. Wow. So I have to go to work here in a second. So Tyler, where can they find you on social media?
Wolff_Tyler.
Elijah?
Elijah_Stacks.
And you can find me at CarAct323 as always.
Where's the underscore?
Yeah. You know, it's my PlayStation
change
gamer tag. Also,
You ain't a real OG homie if you don't
That's
have an
right.
underscore.
not a real OG homie like Case Keenum.
Shut up.
As always, if you want to email us at hottakestheshow@gmail.com. Give us your NFL top 10, bottom 10,
I'm gonna start
or bottom
emailing
5.
you
Yeah,
guys.
please email us. That way we can always have your opinions on the show.
Right.
Email us other guests. I've told them, if you want someone on the show that we haven't had, email us.
I want to bring Gus on the show. Is that cool?
It's fine with me.
Yes,
He doesn't say much, but I think it'd be
great,
cool.
though.
Gus is a rabbit, by the way, for those listening.
He's a person, okay?
He identifies as a person. I'm going to work now, so if you want anything, come by.
Tell them where you work.
Hello, home improvement.
Wow, big congrats on the engagement for our buddy Carson.
Oh, yes, thank you.
First thing I said to him when I caught him on the phone.
Big clap
Wow,
in the
what a
chat.
guy. I guess we'll be back. We're doing a Rise of Skywalker prediction video that will be up soon.
Wow.
So tune in next week, or not next week, whenever we make a video. You know, it's whenever. But Elijah, as always, thank
see
you.
y'all.
It's been a pleasure.
Of course.
And
Thanks,
Maga.
Tyler.
Thank you, Tyler. Go Redskins.
Yeah.
Score prediction of Redskins Dolphins real quick this week.
21-17.
It's either going to be like 6-3 or like,
Redskins win on the board. All right.
it'll either be like 6-3 or like 45-44.
It might be
It might be a shootout.
It might
for
be
real.
2-3. Whatever that is.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you later.